I'm not gonna say anything, but, you know,
Oh, Jesus.
No, I didn't. She said you should have that on the phone. You should have this.
I'm trying to let the record get down, like, will some change anything? Yeah. After the review. Melissa is awfully quiet tonight. I said you're awfully quiet tonight.
Oh, well, I'm listening.
So I'm going to open the public hearing for the casino operating license renewal, Black Bear Development LLC, doing business as Oxford Casino Hotel and Event Center. Any comments from the public? Gentlemen from the casino, have anything you'd like to say?
Honored to be part of the community.
We're honored to have you. Anything from the board?
Rick, everything's fine? Good?
Everything's been great, and they've been fantastic to work with.
That's good.
Last chance. Close the public hearing. Call the Selectmen's meeting to order. Join us in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Action on the minutes.
Motion to accept. Seconded.
Motion and second. Any discussion? All those in favor? So vote. Adjustments to the agenda.
Just two comments. One, we have the rec director here to discuss rec hall rates, but also she's here for a department update. She'd requested if she could do everything all at once under 5.2, if that's okay with the board. She has some other obligations. And then also, I added 6.2 for a fire department update as well, which we can get to when we get there.
Okay. Public comment. Please state your name and the town that you're from. Lois?
Well, Lois, okay. Anyway, we still haven't done the ends of Station Road, kicked back the snow. We're still diving out. I've been taking School Street and going around rather than trying to cross.
Plan on pushing the banks back?
Yeah.
Yep.
And they did fill the hole by the railroad track. I'm not sure whether that was enough, but it was filled. And in the budget, you are planning on doing the marking the roads with the stripes?
Yeah, Jim and I have talked about trying to put some striping out there on some of the roads, yeah. Yep. I don't have the list of the roads that we talked about in front of me, but there was a few of them, like some of the ones that we just paved this last year, that seemed like some striping would be make a lot of sense.
Would.
Yep.
Okay. So like that.
I agree with her on coming out on 26 on Station Road. Did that the other day and I had to put my nose right out of the...
You do, yeah.
All right, I'll let Jim know.
Any other public comment? Nobody? Business items, 5.1. Review and approve casino operating license renewal, Black Bear Development, LLC, doing business as Oxford Casino Hotel and Event Center.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? So vote. 5.2, Recreation Hall rental rate discussion update and department head report.
All right.
Sorry I missed the last meeting. I'm not feeling up to par. I believe you guys all have a copy of the request. Okay. I don't know how much you guys went over it last meeting at all. Okay. So I did include a couple of the other towns in the area that do rentals. Norway, they do $120 for 2 hours. It's $20 for each additional hour. It's just, I think it's similar to what we have. It's a room with a kitchen attached and restrooms nearby. Paris does it case by case, so that wasn't overly helpful for what we're looking for. I reached out to Casco, and they have several rooms in their building, which they do $20 per hour for residents and $40 for non. Bridgeton's a little bit different as well. They have it broken down by nonprofit groups, $100 per day, plus the $50 custodial fee. And then all others, it's $200 per day. We are doing it hourly and not necessarily by the day. So I did some research, and this was obviously a couple weeks ago, and at that point we had 50 rentals. 27 of them were residents and 23 of them were non-residents. Our starting price is $30 for that first hour, and then $10 for each additional, which is really, really cheap, which is great, but we could use the funds to help offset, new supplies. I would like us to see, or I'd like to see us go up to a minimum of $50 for that first hour, and then $10 for that each additional. Adam and I kind of talked a little bit about resident versus non-resident. To keep it easier in our system, we figured we'd keep the rates the same, but if you're a non-resident, it'd be an automatic $25 fee. So I'm just looking for some feedback from all of you.
If you're a non-resident, it's a what then?
It would be a $25 additional fee.
That makes sense.
And I did
That's the way I thought it come out.
I did do, from January 1st to now, we've had 19 rentals booked. 10 of them are residents, 9 of them are non-residents. So we do get quite a few non-residents that are coming from Auburn. I mean, they're everywhere, which is great, but adding in that fee.
So if we went $50 an hour or 50 for an evening, you do it all by the hour?
Yeah, so that first hour right now is $30.
Yep.
And then it's $10 for each additional hour. So
Okay.
I'd like to see it start at $50 and then $10 for each additional.
It's 75 for a person who's not a resident of the town?
And what?
And 75 plus 10 for a non-resident, is that what you're looking at? You said another $25 if
Yeah.
a non-resident.
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense to me. I can support that.
That would be fine with me too.
You want a motion?
If you want to vote to set the rate, then we'll do it.
I made the motion.
Second. Motion and second to approve the suggested rate from the rec director.
$50 an hour.
It's
$10
all
after the first hour.
and $25 fee for
Do you
non.
want me to start that immediately or start? It's a
So
pretty
you've
quick,
already
it's a
booked
quick
them?
change in the system, but
Yeah, what about, how many people have you already booked? You said you had 19 bookings from the first of the year. Are they advanced?
yes. Most
So-
of them are the whole month of February is
But do
completely
they know
booked.
what the rate is?
So those that have already paid, I would suggest we keep them at what they paid, and then moving forward, increasing it.
And I would do that too, I would
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, no,
increase their
I
rate.
wouldn't go back and ask them to pay more. It would just
Any other
be moving
discussion?
forward.
All those in favor? Let's vote.
So things have been pretty busy. The ice rink is going really well. The fire department has been amazing at bringing water down. Some of the warm weather wasn't so great, but we got it nice and smooth. We did have some kids that went out and broke it up a little bit, but for the most part, it's in really good shape. People are there every single night. They've actually been having pickup hockey games, which is pretty cool. We are doing a Red Sox trip in June. We've got that all scheduled. We already have people signing up. We have already scheduled a Cabbage Island trip. Again, we already have people signing up for that. I worked with the state of Maine to do a boater safety class and the new guidelines that are coming to Maine. So that'll be in May, and that's for anyone 11 and older. And this was a great conversation. The individual's name is Steve Barr, and it's really opening the door for us to have more classes, whether it's hunter safety or, you know, snowmobiling, four-wheeling. So that was a really great door to open. We have our Easter egg hunt scheduled for March, and I'm really excited. We are doing, it's going to be the first annual Run the Town 5K, and that is going to be May 4th. So you should have a copy of the flyer and the route, which will start and finish right at the town office. And you will go, you'll turn right at the town office, you'll go down Weber Brook, turn on to Coldwater Brook, and then it's Morse? And then you'll turn on to Morse Ave, back to Weber Brook, and then to the town office. And all the proceeds to that are gonna go to the summer rec program. I'm hoping to build up a scholarship fund. We do have a lot of kiddos and families that are in need of that. I've actually already had people signing up for that already, so I'm looking forward to that. Summer rec, we opened up registrations in January. We already have about 20 registrations. Most of them are residents, but we do have a good handful or so that are non-residents. And I was very excited. I received an email earlier this week, and Oxford Federal Credit Union is going to sponsor all of the rec t-shirts. So that'll be an expense that'll be covered. In return, we'll put their logo on our shirts. I do have a couple other events that I'm in the works of doing to help raise some money to offset some costs. But it's been busy. And I did include, I don't have it with me, but I did include the rec calendar. I have booked up most of the summer already. We have quite a bit of entertainment coming to us. We do have a couple trips planned. And we have reached out to a few businesses to see if they'd like to sponsor any of our field trips to at least help cover the cost of busing, where that has gone up so much. And again, this will just help keep those prices a little bit lower for those families. We have a lot of really great stuff coming up, and I'm very excited for the summer.
Did you keep the resident and non-resident fee the same as last
Yep.
year?
Yep.
I think the voter safety class, I think that's great.
Yeah, I had people signing up immediately, so I think that will be really good. I mean, we're in an area where there's nothing but water, so I think it's under the age of 21 or 25, you have to take this course in order to drive a boat over 25 horsepower.
Did you mention maybe you might be doing a hunter safety?
That was one of the things when I spoke with them, that they have some instructors that they're gonna bring down. And that would allow us to schedule a hunter safety, snowmobile, all of those classes. They said this will allow us to hold all those classes here.
A lot of hunter safety places.
Yeah.
Very good.
On your 5K run, are those roads going to be open still to the public? I don't see how you're going to detour.
So I have chatted with Ricky a little bit, just to make sure that these roads were gonna be, a good space to do it. I plan, I think on your map it may show, I plan on having traffic patrol there as well. And I'm really hoping to rope in the fire department and the police department to run and do traffic control. So no, it will be done safely.
You're not dressing up in your favorite Star Wars costume?
Well, Spider-Man maybe.
You caught the day, right?
That's where my son wears, so.
May the 4th?
What?
May the 4th?
Yeah, it could be.
I'm surprised you haven't been asked that already.
No one has yet. But maybe that should be the theme. No, things are going really well. Like I said, the rec center is very busy. We have groups in there pretty much every single night. I think the only night that's kind of a quiet night is some Mondays. We have a new group that's getting ready to start tomorrow, which is a skill builders group. Had a really great response on that. We have cornhole there every Thursday. We have a new group that's going in and doing pickleball. They'll probably be knocking on your guys' door soon because they know that they're going to the fire department in Paris, so now they want your fire department. But for now, we have a court at the rec center, and we've had a pretty good turnout for that. So
Where's the court?
it's right inside the rec center.
Right inside.
So yeah, we clean it all up, we take it all out, and it's a very low-key, non-judgmental
Even
group,
night?
and they have a lot of
Even
fun,
night?
so.
Oh, I was saying that about my wife, pickleball. I figured
What night was
machines,
that?
something to do. Huh?
Pickleball's what night?
Every other Wednesday. So they played this Wednesday, so next week they're playing Tuesday.
Well, tell me what.
They alternate because we have ceramics and painting on the other Wednesdays, so.
Even some town employees participated in the ceramics, I understand.
I know,
Good.
I did. It's been busy. Our ceramics have been like 20+ people each time, so it's been a full room.
Man wants to try. Good.
I think that's sports person for me.
You know, Marianne.
Very good. Any questions
Thank
from
you.
board members on this? Good, everybody good?
Almost.
Very good. Excellent job.
I am gonna scoot out and go coach basketball.
Thank you.
Thank you.
5.3, review and approve the Maine Municipal Association Workers' Compensation Safety Incentive Program resolve.
So, just a quick, what this is I'd like to enroll the town in what's called the Workers' Compensation Safety Incentive Program through the Maine Municipal Association's Risk Management. What this does is it basically is, it's a program where the town agrees to adhere to these different, there's 3 tiers. The town agrees to adhere to the requirements of these tiers. And if we do that, we get a discount on our workers' comp. So the first tier allows for a 5% discount once we're in compliance with that. And we are darn close to being in compliance with that. We've started you have to have some sort of a safety committee or group. So we've started for fun, we called it the Safety Task Force, and that's myself, HR, the police chief, and Kathleen, one of the deputy clerks, is also working with us on that. We're reviewing, emergency action plans and safety protocols and that kind of stuff. And so why this comes to the board is that in order for us to enroll, the Board of Selectmen have to agree to this resolve that is here, and you can read it, of course, for yourself. But it's pretty straightforward. Is that we're enrolling in this program. We're going to adhere to the guidelines and so forth. So I can read the whole thing if you want, but
So on the first page, second, inside cover of it.
It says important dates, but they got these messed up.
I know that one still says 23 on it, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, you just put a 24 on there is when, yeah. Because it's the annual.
You want a motion on that?
Yes, please, and then we'll have you guys.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Still reading. Good. Not good. Good. All those in favor? Vote.
Thank you.
5.4, review and approve the Oxford County Maine Hazard Mitigation 2024 Update Resolution.
So the police chief might help me with this a little bit here, but it's simply put, the Oxford County Emergency Management has completed their review and update of the countywide hazard mitigation plan. I did not include the entire mitigation plan. This is a very large document, but they did provide us with a overview, which is about a 6-page document of what the updates were and so forth. Why this is in front of the Board of Selectmen is that the Selectmen are asked to approve this resolution that is attached here. There's an email that goes over it as well. And what that does is it allows the towns of the county to be eligible for FEMA grant money as we move forward. So a copy of that resolution is in here as well.
There's different programs and things that's included in that would be open up to us if we needed it.
As well as the name implies, hazard mitigation and so forth.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? All those in favor? Vote.
Thank you.
5.5, review and approve Honey Badger Bar and Grill liquor license renewal.
So moved.
Second. Motion and a second, any discussion? All those in favor? Vote. 5.6, abatement for Oxford Solar 1, account 3193, in the amount of $62,675.36, continued.
Motion to approve.
Seconded.
Motion and a second. Discussion.
I have checked in on this. It is true that they're exempt, but I got a hold of the, yeah, can't even think right now. The, God, I can't even remember the name now. What is it?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. God, I just got ready to say it. Maine tax bureau, to find out if we get reimbursed.
Mm-hmm.
And they've never got back to me on
Maine revenue.
it. Maine revenue service. Thank
The
you.
statute says they're not
I'm
gonna send
standing
you
there,
back
but wait a
anything.
minute.
The statute says
That's
we're
'cause
supposed
they're
to
not
be
gonna send you back
reimbursed
anything.
50%. The statute says we're supposed to be
Well,
reimbursed
they've never got
50%.
back to me. And I don't think it should be a lot more than 50%. If this is the case, I think that we should put a moratorium on any type of new solar farms in this town of Oxford. Because we're not in the business of giving taxes away.
I wouldn't disagree with you. If there's another state program that they passed and said you can't charge them full tax rate, but we'll pay you half of it.
Yeah.
And
You know
yeah,
how
that
the
doesn't,
legislature
it's not very
works,
good
though.
math.
I know how it works, just like the other one.
Well, we'll discuss that in a minute, too. I'm hot on that. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor? All opposed? 4-1.
May I ask a question? This moratorium that you mentioned, is that something that you would like information on?
Yes. I think we should do it.
I would agree
What?
with Colby on that.
Why would we have farms, okay, farms, and not get any revenue from
Let's
it?
put that on the next agenda and probably look at.
Remember, they came in front of us,
On
they
the
wanted us to be
warrant.
Yep.
taxes up, they wanted us to. We said no, because they won't create any jobs. What finance?
That's all right.
Either a TIP district or.
TIF district.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to talk about it.
5.7, abatement for Frederick Richardson, account 2098, in the amount of $192.72.
So we'll,
Seconded.
Motion and a second, any discussion? All those in favor? To vote. 5.8, abatement 19 for Sean and Karen Reardon, account 517, in the amount of $28.16.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? All those in favor? Vote. jumping right to 6.2, fire department update. Chief Cordwell.
All right, so, yeah, the fire chief, or the acting fire chief, and I just wanted to give an update. I'm kind of excited about this. So he's been looking at the hydraulic, or excuse me, the battery operated tools that were purchased recently, and I wrote hydraulic, that's my mistake here. Anyway, looked at the ones that we had purchased recently through the capital project, and ran into a couple of things, correct me if I'm wrong, you know, weight, and those kind of things were challenging. He was able to find an equivalent to these tools that weigh significantly less through another local vendor, and was able to do pretty much an even swap for these. So the only difference is these, we originally were getting a spreader and a cutter and a ram, right? And this set is a spreader, a cutter, and a fan. So originally the department felt there was more of a need for a exhaust fan to like get gases out of the building and so forth. So that's what this set has. It seems like it made a lot of sense. So we've moved forward with that. I did have Cordwell come tonight if the board wanted to ask any questions about these tools or anything like that. But
The original one that you were presented with was gonna be lighter than the ones you had. Evidently, that must not have been true.
That was not the case. I guess my question is, how did this come to get to the point of where it is right now?
what do you mean?
The town purchased for $40,000, give or take, a set of extrication tools. Then all of a sudden they were gone. That just can't happen. That can't happen by a department head, and that can't happen by the town manager. We vote on an article every year in the town warrant. Anything over $5,000 has to go up to bid. So I guess, how did this happen? And why was, when I inquired, why was I told something completely different?
So, this didn't,
We own these tools. They've been in.
I understand that, but
town
this
book.
didn't go to, this wasn't on the warrant, this was something that we approved.
No, the original extrication tools that we purchased, that have been sitting in the public safety building, or were, since about September.
So, we do have a purchasing policy, here at the town, of course. There wasn't any money that's exchanged hands on these. These are a swap for swap, and with that being a swap for swap, they seem to, they're of equal value and are going to accomplish and be more efficient for what it seemed that we needed. Which is why I move forward.
Again, that is not, according to the article that the citizens of the town of Oxford vote on, is something that you can do. That has to be approved by the board.
It was approved by the board, wasn't it?
Yes, we voted, the board approved the capital improvement project for the original extrication tool that were presented during capital improvement.
Right.
Since that time, we received the tools, they belong to the town of Oxford, and then all of a sudden the tools disappeared and we're doing swapping out tools for, I'm like, that's town-owned property, it's not allowed by a department head or the town manager solely. That has
You
to come
mean
before
it
the-
disappeared?
So I don't think they disappeared, I mean, they didn't magically disappear, I mean.
No, but they're not in the custody of the town of Oxford. Well, they
Well, I
were.
believe they are now, but I would agree.
But they weren't.
So I will tell you what I know. The town manager approached me about swapping this equipment for an equal set of electric jaws. And I'm assuming these are the two jaws. To me, they look like the same thing, but maybe they're not. And they were getting a fan that was needed. I inquired about the value of the equipment we had purchased, the value of the equipment we were trading for. and I gave my blessing. Now, whether or not I could do that or not, we weren't purchasing anything new, we already had the items. To me, it was a better upgrade for what we needed in the fire department. So I supported the town manager's decision. I don't think it needed our approval to swap a piece of equipment for another piece of equipment that no money is being exchanged. My opinion.
Your interpretation of it, like I said, and that's fine. And the point I'm trying to make is that if the fire department wanted a different tool, why didn't they just come to us and let us know? Or why didn't the town manager bring it to the board and say, hey, this is what they're looking to do? I'm sure the board would have okayed that. But that, to my point, that is not what's happening. And some of the stories that the town manager gave me didn't quite jive with what was actually happening. So I have concerns over that.
What did he give you for storage?
The story was that tools weren't being put in service because we couldn't get a factory rep to do the training right off. When I inquired about it, I was told that the tools that had been scheduled, but we can do a training on tools that we've never had before. We've owned Amicus tools here for 25 years, probably 25 years. We couldn't do a training on those, but tools that we've never had in this town, we can do a training on without a factory rep.
Well, do you remember him saying how much lighter the new one was when I questioned it? I mean, I know I was the only one against it, but, and he said that they were newer, and then when we got them, they're heavier than the ones you had. Is that really the case?
56 pounds.
I mean, how could, somebody must have not paid too much attention when they were making that
And again,
sales pitch.
if that's what the fire department wants to go with, what upsets me is about the whole process of how this went about. Because at one point, our tools were sitting, that the taxpayers of Oxford paid for, were sitting in Lewiston.
I guess I don't know about that.
Can we hear from the acting fire chief, which is reasonable?
So the reasoning was we were given an opportunity to trade these heavier tools in for tools that are lighter. One of those is 40 pounds and one is 47 pounds compared to 56 pounds. One of the tools that was purchased was a ram, which is a cylindrical device that is occasionally used in vehicle extrication. We already have 4 of those already. I felt that was an overkill, so the opportunity was to get a battery-powered fan that we do not have, and we don't have a good way. We usually use another town's fan for getting smoke out of a place or something like that. So the opportunity came to get these newer, lighter tools with a battery fan, and I had multiple discussions with the town manager, and that's where we landed.
And do we still have 2 jaws of life that work perfectly okay?
Yep.
Now we're gonna have 3.
Well, no, I'm sorry. We have one set that works perfectly fine, and then there'll be this set, so.
Okay. So we never really was without one, right?
Not even close.
Okay.
But there is
And
still,
so-
I'm sorry, Paul.
And it's all even swap,
Yes, sir.
no money,
It's not $1.
Well, I'm guessing if the fire chief and no more money change plans, we really haven't done anything wrong.
Sharon, anything?
No.
Contemplating?
Why would we order a package that consisted of a RAM when we already had 3?
We have 4, and I can't possibly answer that question.
We were told we had to have them.
Because we didn't need it. I mean, if we had 3 or 4, whatever we had.
I'm assuming they come as a package when you order. No?
No,
Not
you
necessarily.
can, it's à la carte. You can order what you
want.
choose. Yeah,
But we ordered something that we already had 3 or 4 of.
yes, ma'am.
Well, yes, we have 4 rims, but they're not battery operated, so you're tethered to a
Anything from town manager?
I have nothing further.
So what do you want? A motion?
No, sir, I was just providing an update, or we were just providing an update.
Anything else from acting chief Cordwell?
No, sir.
Town manager report.
7.1, we have, there's only one ordinance, pending ordinance change for this town meeting, and that's to make our zoning ordinances in compliance with LD 2003. And I just, right before the meeting started, I distributed a little handout that came regarding that. In short, that's about, the code officer has put together a little note here. In short, that's about density requirements and so forth. So I don't have any other ordinances other than we just mentioned about a possible moratorium regarding solar. I can start working on getting something together for that.
So are you still working on your LD 2003 ordinance?
Yeah, we've been working with Mark Bauer, the code officer, and I have been putting that together.
Okay.
Yep.
And who sent this today?
That didn't come today. That
Oh.
came from the state a little while ago. So.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I just thought that you got, just because we were talking about it, I thought you'd like to
Yeah.
have a copy of it.
No, I'm gonna use it.
And then just an update on the RFP for the town office, this space here. So we had not received any bids, but did receive some interest on this project on the 26th, and was requested to have an extension on the due date by the vendor that was interested. I did do an addendum to the bid package to allow for bidders to have until February 5th at 10 a.m. to turn in any bids. We had not received any bids at that time, so I didn't feel like it was affecting anybody negatively, but that extension was put in place. So at the next Selectmen's meeting, I will have hopefully some bids to share with you folks on this project. Also a reminder, March 5th, the elections, it's a presidential primary, but also we have a municipal election, and that is to look at the Maine employees' public retirement and moving the fire chief's position from the regular plan to the public safety plan. Still looking for election clerks, if there's anybody that you know of that's interested. Also, we've started budget meetings between the town manager and the department heads. And lastly on that, the 15th is when we're looking at doing the walkthrough of the fire station with the board, if that still works for everybody, doing a workshop at 5 p.m. and doing a walkthrough. So we'll get that posted as well. That's, I believe, what I have.
Selectmen items. None. Sign warrants.
Is this the signature
Yep.
stuff?
Do you have a list of the budget meeting dates?
I'm sorry.
Do you have a list of the budget meeting dates?
I do. I'll give you one in a second. Those two resolutions.
Good.
Got another question. The people that came, I don't know what I can't hear myself what that is. The people that came about the mill, have we heard from them again, or of turning it into housing?
They've been working, they did go in front of the planning board, and, they were, because of the density requirements, they were denied. And I know that they are I believe they're filing, I think they're filing an appeal is where that's at right now. So, and we've gone back and forth a little bit regarding their TIF request, but, so it's ongoing, just behind the scenes at this point, so.
Oh, okay.
Now, once we come to once they get through the appeal process, then we'll be back here again.
There was some question after that night, according to the map that we had when the previous people were gonna put a place down there, some of the land that they think that exists doesn't on the other one, so I don't know. Has anybody looked at those maps?
They've been working pretty close with Kingston. So.
He wasn't here for the last one, though, was he? No.
No, I think that happened before both he and I were here.
Mm.
Because it had been purchased and then it was dormant, right? Nothing happened to it.
Well, he died.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to do something.
I just gave her one.
Yeah.
We didn't have any, you didn't get an appeal or anything on that hazardous building or anything, right?
Not as of yet. I think he's still got a couple weeks though. There was, while we're waiting, also, I believe, Scott, you had asked me about the traffic light in Hannaford. I didn't get anywhere with the one direction I went, so I tried another avenue earlier this week. I emailed somebody else at DOT and actually had an immediate response, which is nice. The town's not gonna be responsible for the installation and so forth of the light. And I actually brought the email, why don't I just give that to you? And then, thank you. So this other gentleman, this Tyler, responded right out of the gate, so should be one in here for each of you. Here's the rest of them. Just shuffle them all out.
No, it's not. He said no, we didn't want.
On the trend.
Oh.
So if I read this right, we're just gonna pay for Potter Road. Because Hennepin pays for their traffic light, Walmart pays for their traffic light.
Mm-hmm. I believe you were correct.
I said, my only concern was that if we're gonna have to, if they're changing them, is that make sure that we budget correctly to maintain them now. We currently only have one, and as long as we're sticking with that, we should be fine.
What about the one up by the casino?
That one's not, I don't believe that has anything to do with this project, actually. It's, you know,
Yeah, but I mean, for maintaining
But that should have been something that's already, we've already budgeted for. It would have been, my question was whether the two Walmart canopy were gonna be
Oh,
ours to go.
I have a motion on the warrants.
Make a motion to sign 63, 64, 65, and 66.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor? Vote. We still have executive session.
Yes, please.
Entertain a motion to enter an executive session to discuss personnel matter pursuant to MRSA Title I, Chapter 13, Section 4056A.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor? Vote.
I'd like to ask the police chief to join us, please, if that's all right with the board.
Have a good night. You too, guys.
Thank you.
See you. God's will.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if this is when I need to present this. What's this across Maine?
It was supposed to be as a public, that's why I looked at you.
Should have done it during public comment. That'll work. We can get it around and put it on the agenda for next meeting. Yes, no?
What it is, we just wanted to see if you could work with us on donating a piece of land down here on the industrial park. Because our horses, across the road, and where we put on a normal road, it's kind of a hazard, street hazard. This way it's off on that side. All funds go right into veterans and projects.
So if you can call the town manager in the next few days, schedule, put it on the agenda for next meeting, and he's
I
available.
think you talked to Kingston, didn't you?
Kingston and I have talked about it, and he said he talked to you about it.
Yeah, he said that you were gonna come either, public comment or reach out or what have you, so it's okay. We'll put it on the next one if you're good with that, and then you
So it's a
can,
good time to come in.
if you wanna reach out tomorrow, I'm here tomorrow. Yep.
Morning?
Morning's great.
Time?
I mean, it might be, you know, confused. Anytime after 8 tomorrow morning's good.
Okay, works for me.